Before we dive in, check out Talitha Coffee, award-winning coffee with an incredible mission to restore hope and healing to survivors of trafficking. You can be a part of that mission too. Just use the link in the description to pick up some Talitha Coffee, and when you do, you'll also be supporting this podcast. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes in Coffee. I am glad to be back sharing God's Word with you. Life has a lot going on, and it's unfortunate because of how it can disrupt the unity in the church. We have those who may or may not be able to eat for some time if they can't find the means to obtain assistance. We have a government that is currently shut down. The political discourse has become not what's best for everyone, but it's a us versus them mentality. News events are now framed around race, group affiliation, and any other category that divides us. This can be a very scary time. I have to believe that if you have taken the time to listen to this podcast, then you have a faith in a living God. And how our faith says we should treat one another and what we actually see are polar opposites. So what are we to do? How can I as a Christian do my duty at a time like this when the world seems so dark? Whenever we are in any type of tribulation, any type of hardship, we must always go back to Christ. And let's listen to what he told us. He said to us that a light on a hill cannot be hidden. Picture flying above a big city like New York City or any big city at night. What are the chances you are going to miss that you are flying over New York City with all of its bright lights and just everything that goes with a big, bright city at night? Here's what I believe is happening today. Jesus did not tell you to be a light on this earth while the sun is shining. You don't need bright lights when everything is illuminated. We need light when it's dark. The darkness that is so dark that even in your house, when you thought you knew your home like the back of your hand until you tried to navigate your home in pitch black darkness and stubbed your toe. Our world is in pitch black darkness, and it seems to be in all-consuming darkness. Many people think they have a true grasp on this life. That is, until the darkness becomes overwhelming. But remember, what did Jesus tell you? He said, be lights of this world. Why? Because it is dark and it will always be dark. Shine brighter. Even if you don't feel like you are the brightest shining light, even if your light feels more dull than a flashlight with weak batteries, I'd encourage you to shine that barely visible light, and you will be astonished at how visible it is in the dark. That light that barely shines is enough to keep you and the people you love from stubbing your toes and bumping your heads. If during this time we feel uneasy, we should be able to look in 3 directions. We should be able to look up to the Lord in prayer, and we should be able to look left and right and see our brothers and sisters in fellowship as shining lights alongside us to help illuminate the troubling items for what they really are, distractions. Every single thing that is happening right now is a distraction from the faith. And as lights, we can point people towards Christ. I must admit, it has been very discouraging to see some bad behaving Christians during this time. And before we allow the behavior of other Christians to derail your faith, remember what Christ said. Not everyone who calls me Lord, Lord, you know the rest. So look in the mirror before you look at your neighbor. Make sure that you are being the light your neighbor needs and the example your loved one needs. You could probably go back to any year and Google what were the problems and issues of this year, and you will get an entire list. These problems are never going away. However, God was able then, and he is able now. The question for you is, are you willing to let your light shine? So let's think about some things as we consider that question. When hateful things are being said, are you amplifying it or are you bringing Christ? When fear is felt, are we throwing the fear back in the face of others? Or are we lovingly trying to provide encouragement? When we are being told and encouraged to hate other people, are we refusing and letting the world know that we'd rather obey Christ than man? We can't complain about the state of this world if we are helping to build it in the image of the Prince of Darkness. So even if you're struggling to find peace while this world is divided, remember one thing. This world is not your home. We are just passing through, and know the Lord will provide for his children. Thank you for listening and sharing this episode of 5 Minutes in Coffee. Again, I ask you to just share it with one person. I hope that's something simple. And also join my online Discord community. I would love to hear some of your ideas as we can make it a viable community and a safe place for Christians to fellowship online. Also, if you're able to, please consider donating $3 to 5 Minutes in Coffee. This will make spiritual growth opportunities possible. The link for the Discord community and the option to donate are in the description. And before you go, there's a link to share your thoughts. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this episode. The link is in the show notes. This is Jerry with 5 Minutes